Welcome back to another episode of Chasing Outdoors, and I am back out here again crappie fishing just like I was the other day. And today we are actually flipping docks. It is nice and sunny, it's warm, water temperature is about 70 degrees, and if you got a long dock with gaps in it with shade, that's where your crappie are going to be at. We've been fishing out here for a little bit now, and it's just one after another, so I figured it was time to get the camera going, hopefully make a pretty good video for you guys. And yeah, you guys need to get out there and get on them. So I'm gonna go ahead and switch over to the GoPro and stop jibber jabbering, and we're gonna start catching fish. Yeah guys, so I kinda wanna explain to you what I'm doing here. I just got a little single jig, nothing spectacular. Just run a little green and black like I ran yesterday. And as you can see, there's all these gaps in the docks, and you literally just wanna take it and try and shoot it underneath into the shade, even right on the edge. And I mean, it's almost instant. If you don't catch them, you gotta just get it right into that shade line. You want to find a nice long dock where you can just bounce in and out of them, just like that. Just like that, got a nice crappie. We are keeping a few today, and yeah, let's get right back in there. And you want to try and get as far under the dock as you can. That's definitely the key. Just missed one. That one's a good one. Probably catch a fish off that. Oh yeah. One after another, slab on slab. Slingshot this back under there. There he is. Little guy, we'll get him thrown back. Oh, he just broke my jig off in his mouth. And he spit it out. Get this guy thrown back. And now I gotta retie my jig, so I will be right back. Alright guys, I got it all tied back on. First drop down. Let's see if we can get one. That was easy. Hey now. Another nice slab. I'll take it. Here soon he's gonna be doing the Crisco Disco. I mean, this is the easiest way to catch crappie. Most efficient. As you guys see, it is just one after another. One jig, you ain't gotta double jig it. No double rigs here. The monsters aren't in. Usually later on when the water gets really warm, you start getting your real big ones that come in. Right now it's just your average ones, but this lake has so many. There's no size limit, there's no limit on them. They want to try and get a lot of them out, so that's why we're taking some out today. It's so nice with green line too, guys. Bright line, any line you use. It's so nice when you drop it down. Before your jig even hits the bottom, you just watch your line start swimming out. Oh yeah. Crappie, crappie, crappie. It's a little better one. Double it up. Dad's got one on too. Dad, you want to put that back there? Come out of the way. I don't need it. So like I said, guys, I'm just running 6-pound tests. And it's a little jig, little 1/16 ounce jig head, black and green jig on. Nice. Dad got a double. Fish fry gonna be good later on. I've come to notice I flipped a few of these docks, and this hole right here with the pole on it, this pole right here, the hole with the pole on it, every time I get it up underneath there, it's always a fish. Every single time I get underneath there, one after another after another. Throw this one back. My jig is getting shredded. It is crazy. Get out to your local waters, find a long dock, it's got floats on it with holes underneath, and you will find your crappie. Just non-stop. I don't even know what to say at this point anymore. This one has it swallowed. Hey, Dad. Motor's kind of against the pole. Usually I'd throw him back, but he had that hook down his throat. Ouch. Oh, come here. Will you just stop it? You're so over dramatic. I ain't even letting line out at this point. It's just drop and lift up. There is some gaps that they just don't want to be in. And then there's others that are just non-stop. That'll make a good sandwich. Sure that wind is just absolutely getting it in this mic, but you just relax. Just a beauty.
I need to go to town.
I have noticed, guys, that the shadow lines are where they're at. You got a dock hole that ain't got shadow line and one's a little darker, they're going to be in the one beside it that's darker. I finally lost my jig. Get another jig tied on. Yep, I'm using big bite baits. I don't know what you want to call it, but this is almost like maybe like a tadpole or something. I just lost it somewhere down here. There it is. Stepping on it. But I'm just running it through. Try to keep it straight as possible. Nice. 35 of them so far. That wind is starting to get it. Oh, he was swimming with her. That wind is gusting now, huh? Ooh, crappie must have been chasing minnows. About 5 or 6 of them just come jumping out of the water. It is non-stop every time I get a chance to flip into this hole. It's very short-lived though by the boat. Alright guys, well, I'm probably going to go ahead and stop boring you with so many crappie, but I don't want the video to be too long. I'm sure I'll watch in about 15 minutes of me non-stop catching crappie. You guys are tired of watching it. But once I do get home, I will be doing cleaning, show you how I clean them and the way I cook them. And that's what I said, give you guys new ideas if you don't already clean them that way or cook them that way. So I will see you guys when I get home. Alright guys, so I just got back home. I got the fish sitting in the sink right now, and I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how I cut them up. And then once I get done cutting them up, I'm going to go ahead and rinse them off, and then I'll catch back up with you guys once it's time to do the seasoning part. So as you can see, we got a big Bertha right here. So I have my fillet knife, my electric knife, and you guys can do the same thing with a fillet knife if you don't have one. It's the same process, it's just slower. But I do recommend, if you guys are going to be fishing a lot and cleaning a lot, you know, get one of these. You can get them anywhere. You can get some at Walmart and other stores pretty cheap. They're not that expensive. But so anyways, so I'll show you guys what I'm going to do here. is you just want to run this right behind their gill plate, just at an angle, just like this. And when you come down, you'll feel the bone of their back strip, their spine. You'll run that all the way down to the tail. So if you run it all the way down the rib cage. She's full of eggs. Then once you get your fillet just like this, just go ahead and pinch it right here with your nail. Dig your nail in there. Leave about 1 inch or so for grippage. Cut you down some. And then once you get it about right there, grab it, use that as a grip with your nails if need be. Boom. We don't need this. Now you're left with your ribs. And there's some cleanings you gotta do afterwards. Then what you want to do is just take your knife, use your tip, go all the way through the fish. Some people what they want to do is you can take a regular fillet knife and you can just follow the ribs down. You'll have some thinner meat here. I don't want to do that. I'm lazy. There's enough meat here. I don't need to do all that. So all you're going to do is take that tip, just run it right here. See, cut it out. You don't need that. Fill it, make sure you didn't leave no bones. And boom. Now you are left with a real thick piece of meat. I'll have to throw that in the sink. And I'll show the other side real quick for you guys. Same thing on this side, you know. Run it right here behind the gill plate. Move the fin out the way. It's actually quite perfect, honestly, that this happened, because I do want to show you guys, when you're using a fillet knife, this will happen. Sometimes you cut too deep. Not a big deal. Go back through, slice it down, rip it off, no big deal. Same thing, like I said, just cut, leave about a half-inch gap. Don't cut all the way through. Grab it just like this, pull it towards you. Let the knife do the work. Run it at an angle all the way down the skin. Same thing. See, cut the ribs out. Fill, make sure you didn't leave any bones behind. Throw that in the sink. And that will be scrap. So alright, I'm going to go ahead and get the rest of these all cleaned up. I don't want to bore you guys anymore with that. If you have any further questions or you want to see more, let me know. I'll make a whole video how I do that and go in a little more in detail. But I'm going to get the rest of these filleted up, rinsed off, and I'll catch back up to you when it's ready to season them. Alright guys, so I just got done filleting all these fish up. And I only have 3 pieces here that I'm going to cook. It's like 11:30 at night. It's been a long day and I'm tired. So I'm going to go ahead and fry these up, just make a sandwich, and I'll finish the rest of it tomorrow. But so as you guys can see here, what I did once I filleted them, I let them in cool water and I put them on a paper towel. So putting them on a paper towel, it absorbs all the water. This way when you put them in seasoning, whatever you may use, your shore lunch, whatever, I personally use Xanaran. It just, the seasoning flavor tastes the best to me. But whatever you guys want to use, you can make your own. There's all different things you can do. But this way, when they're dry, the batter sticks to them better. And you use your egg wash and then batter them again, which I'll show you why I do that and why it's the best to do that. It actually sticks to it, because if not, if it's wet, it'll clump, it'll fall off. You just don't get a good batter and a good pattern. So, what you want to do is you want to take your filet and you want to put it inside whatever seasoning you end up using. Usually I use a gallon bag and I shake it, but because I'm only using 3, I'm just not going to waste the bag. But go ahead and get it coated. Your first coating's not going to be that thick. Something like that. It absorbs all the moisture. Just take it, put it in your egg wash. Try and keep your hands not super wet. And with the egg wash, you just want to take 1 egg, or however many eggs, depending on how much fish you have. Put some milk with it. Just beat it up like you're making scrambled eggs. So now you have that. Put it back in here. This is your last coating, so you want to get it a pretty good thickness. These are some big fillets, so it's kind of hard to do that in here. But just give this a good thickening pattern. Rub it in there if you have to. Like I said, usually I use a gallon bag, but we're gonna make this work, so it might not look the prettiest, but it still tastes good. And then you have that, kind of shake it off, lay it in your basket, and that's it. It's pretty simple, you know. So you just want to take your fish, dry it off, pat it dry, put in whatever seasoning you want to do, put it in the egg wash. I add a little milk to the egg when I beat it up. It just, that's what works the best. Put it back into your seasoning. It gets a really good thickening on it, and it's pretty much the same as if you fried something, let it cool down and put it back in the fryer. It gives it that extra really thick coating of batter and seasoning that you want. It makes it taste really good. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and finish getting these battered up. Drop this down in. Thinner fillets, you usually cook 2.5, 3 minutes. This is like 375. Pretty much once they start floating, they're done. But because these are thicker, maybe you want to go 3.5, 4 minutes. Play with it, adjust it. There's no right or wrong answer. Whatever you guys think tastes the best, that's what I do. And yeah, so sorry, I washed my hand off. It makes a mess. So fellas, you got a wife or a girlfriend or a spouse, anything, and you do this in your kitchen, yeah, you better clean up after yourself, or you're going to be sleeping on the couch. Anyways, so with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get these cooking and eat the sandwich. I know you guys do not want to watch me eat. This video has already been dragged on long enough. So I'm going to go ahead and sign out here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for watching. I am tired. And as always, subscribe if you haven't. Like and comment. Don't forget to turn the notification bell on so you get notified when I upload. I'm going to start uploading every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday night. So you guys stay tuned, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Thank you guys so much for watching.